Hello everyone, I am Mahesh Kumar. I am currently pursuing my bachelor's in Electronic and Communication stream in SNS College of Engineering. Today I am going to take a CLT video of image sampling and quantization in artificial intelligence. Let's get into it. Let's see what is image sampling and quantization. Image sampling is the process of converting a signal, for example, a function of continuous time or space, into a numeric sequence, a function of discrete time or space. This process is also called analog to digital conversion or simplifying digitalize, or sampling is the process of converting a continuous space or continuous space time signal into a discrete space or discrete time signal. Addition, a new method to verify spatial arrangement of pixels based on binary error, imaginary, and its degree of grouping is evaluated. Let's get into image quantization. Quantization is the process of constraining an input from a continuous or otherwise a large set of values such as the real numbers to discrete set such as an integers, and also involved in image processing is a lossy compression technique achieved by compressing a range of value to a single quantum value. When the number of discrete symbols in a given stream is reduced, the stream becomes more compressible. For example, the reducing of number of colors required to present a digital image makes it possible to reduce its file size. Specific applications include DCT data quantization and JPEG and DWT data quantization in JPEG 2000. The steps involved image samplings or steps of sampling process. First we need to define the target population, then specifying the sampling frame, then specifying a sampling method from the frame, then determining of sample size, then implementation of sample plan, and the last one is sampling and data collection. These are the steps that involved in image samplings. Steps involved in image quantization. The first step was optimize model that convert into two types, that was convert to float TF light model. Then second one was limited to float 16 support types like GPU, that was graphical processing unit. Parameters are quantized to float 16. Model executes with float 32 operators and have representative datasets that has been divided into two types, that was limited to int 8 ops, and parameters are quantized to integers. Model executes with operation that mix integer and float computations when available, otherwise falls back to float 32 operations. The limit to int 8 ops was converted into two types. The first one was the parameters and actions are quantized to integers. Model executes with integer operations only. Conversion fails if the model has unsupported operations. Parameters are activation are quantized to integers. Model executes with integer operations when available, otherwise falls back to float 32 operators. Various methods available in image quantizations or quantization involved in image processing is a lossy compression technique achieved by compressing a range of value to a single quantum value. For example, reducing the number of colors required to represent a digital image makes it possible to reduce its file size. For example, the look into the original image and then the quantized image. The quantized image has been enhanced by the color and it looks perfect. The difference between sampling and quantization: digitalized of coordinate values, digitalized of amplitude values. X-axis time restricted, y-axis time continuous. Y-axis amplitude continuous, y-axis amplitude discreted. Sampling is done prior to quantized process. Quantization is done after the sampling process. It determines the spatial resolution of the digital image. It determines the number of gray levels in the digital image. It reduces CC to a series of 10 poles over the time. It reduces CC to a continuous series of static process. A single amplitude value is selected from different value of the time interval to represent it. The value representing the time intervals are rounded off to create a defined set of possible amplitude values. Let's get the picture. The sampling gets frequencies of x and y, and the quantization gets x and y. It only increases and it has a flow type. Then artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processed by machine, especially computer systems. Specific applications of AI include expert systems, natural language process, speech recognition, and machine vision. Artificial intelligence AI is the ability of a computer program or a machine to think and learn. It is also a field of study which tries to make computers smart. They work on their own without being encoded with command. AI technology is important because it enables human capability, understanding, reasoning, and planning and communication and perceptions. Image sampling and quantization in artificial intelligence. Let's get into our topic. Image sampling is a process of obtaining a distort or noise image and given an approximate clear image of a original image. False focus, motion, blur and noise are formed by distortion. Image restored can be done by reserving the process called point extension functions PSF. In this process, the blurred image is generated by point source imaging and can be used to restore the image lost due to the blurred process like to form. Modern artificial intelligence AI applied to image processing include facial recognition, object recognition, and detecting video, image, action, and visual search. It helps to develop smart applications in digital image processing. Quantization, in essence, lessens the number of bits needed to represent information. In addition, reducing the number of bits for representing the neural network's parameter results in less memory storage. Quantization for AI provides critical benefits such as higher performance and lower power. Applications of image sampling and image quantization. Hence, in order to create an image which is digitalized, we need to convert continuous data into digital form. There are two types, which is done sampling and quantization. The sampling rate determines the spatial resolution of the digitalized image, while the quantization level determines the number of gray levels in digitalized image. The number of quantized levels should be high enough for human perception of fine shading details in the image. The occurrence of false contour is the main problem in image which has been quantized with insufficient brightness level. In this lecture, we will talk about two key stages in digital image processing. Sampling and quantization will be defined properly. Spatial and gray level resolution will be introduced and the example will be provided. And an introduction to implementing the shown image is MATLAB will be given as the lecture. Let's get into the assessment. A continuous image is digitalized at dash point. The options are random, vertex, contour and sampling. Let's get the answer. It's sampling. The transition between continuous value of the image function and its digitalized equivalent is called. The options are quantization, sampling, rasterization, and none of these mentioned. The answer is quantization. And the last one was dash is the principal objective of sharpening and to highlight transmission. The options are brightness, pixel density, composure, and intensity. The answer was intensity. Thank you guys.